That's for three, and that's good. Gain the zone. Shot, it's good! That's been all. Pulls up, knocks it down! More Big Three basketball from the Luke Urban Fieldhouse tonight. The girls on tap as they welcome their arch rivals from New Bedford, the Lady Whalers. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Welcome to Durfee High School. Last time we were here was about 10 days ago, and we saw the boys with an impressive victory in Big Three play against Brockton right here on the Thomas Skip Karam court. The girls were victorious on the road that night as well, big winners out at Brockton High. So tonight, coming off the loss in Dartmouth, looking to get back in the win column in Big Three play. It would put them up 2-0 in the conference if they can win tonight. The girls were riding a winning streak before Monday's loss. They've had the whole week to think about it. It was a controversial game. There were some incidents in that game. We know everybody's heard about it, but just like any team, any coach, the message is we've turned the page and we're on to the next opponent, which is New Bedford. A tough team this year, led by Coach Jordan Pina once again. They are on fire. In 4 of their last 5 games, they've put up over 70 points. So the offense is definitely clicking for the Whalers. It's going to be a test for the Durfee defense. Now, one good thing to say about that, we know a Jeff Caron-led team from a defensive standpoint is always going to be one of the toughest to play. So it'll be interesting to see what the Hilltoppers have for the Whalers tonight, who I would say coming in probably a bit of an advantage as the road team. Live coverage coming up right after the break. Stay tuned. Big Three Hoops on Fred TV.
Hi, my name is Stephanie MacArthur. I am the Director of Traffic and Parking. Implementing a parking ban is essential to ensure access for emergency vehicles and to allow snowplows to safely and effectively clear the roadways. Notification of a parking ban will be made as early as possible to ensure that the residents can relocate their vehicles if necessary. Generally, vehicles should be parked opposite side of the fire hydrant. Parking ban decisions are storm dependent. For information on where to park during a parking ban, especially when accumulating snow is expected, please visit our website at www.fallriverma.gov. In addition, during a parking ban, you may call my office at 508-324-2123 or the mayor's office at 508-324-2600. These lines will remain open throughout the duration of the parking ban. Thank you for your assistance and cooperation.
Welcome back, everybody, inside the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. Evan Massoud with you tonight for some live conference hoops. The Durfee girls back home for their second Big Three game of the season. They won their first, as I mentioned in the open. Now tonight, a high-powered Whalers offense coming to Fall River. Boys happening simultaneously. 6:35 here, so we're just a couple minutes late getting started, but not too bad when we walked in here into the gym at 5. Things seem to be a little bit behind schedule, but basically starting on time, which is always a good thing. Whalers in the road red uniforms, Durfee in their new home whites with the red accents. Alicia Sylvia Figueroa and Tajaya Sterling. And it is Sterling getting the tip for Durfee, who will start with possession. JV for the Hilltoppers, the JV freshman tandem team, 153-46. They hang on. The Whalers made it a tight one down the stretch, but a very big early lead thanks to a big first quarter for Durfee in the JV action propelled them to that victory. Varsity looking to follow suit here at the field house. We'll run down our starters here. It's first foul of the night, and it is against Durfee's Emily DePina. For the visiting Whalers, they come in at 6-2. Number 3, Alasia Sylvia Figueroa. Number 11, Janila Ramos, who just hit that opening 3. Annalise Resto, number 22, going for another 3. That one all air, no basket there. Zaria Anderson, number 23, and then number 31, Annette Bennett Tucker. Juggled there a bit, Durfee keeping, getting it outside. As the Whalers led by head coach Jordan Pena. It's his 11th season. We were talking before the game. I said, oh my gosh, 11 years. So you've been coaching almost as long as I've been doing the broadcasting thing here. And so we had a good laugh. Always good to see Jordan. Very good coach, very smart, good basketball knowledge, and has had a good program for the most part in his tenure as the head coach. Tripped up. Durfee will have it. And a foul, it looks like, from the Whalers coming here. It'll be their first. It's on Ramos. Durfee's 5 starters. We have Emily DePina, number 4, followed by number 5, Maddie Hargraves, number 10, Avery Lane, number 13, Jada Martino, and number 21, Tajaya Sterling. Of course, Durfee led by head coach Jeff Caron. I'm going to update that score here on the graphic. 3-0 New Bedford. There we go. A little bit of a lag there. Sorry about that, folks. Passed in the paint. Back to Maddie Hargraves. She'll put one up and in. Durfee on the board. Poked away, Sterling. Great reach. Gets trapped down low there by Bennett Tucker. And now coming back. Hargraves in the paint. Drives the lane and is fouled. She'll take 2 shots. Foul number 2 for the Whalers. The first against Sylvia Figueroa. So, well, as I mentioned in the open, this is the only time we're going to talk about it. But, Dartmouth was a rough night on Monday. Multiple incidents in that game. It ended up being called before the regulation clock ran out. The Indians were up by quite a lot. And so it was a win for Dartmouth, but ended pretty ugly. And, it's unfortunate. The thing is we see incidents like that all the time. Not here necessarily, but in general, it can happen at any school. And I think what's been, more disappointing, at least for me as someone who, works here in Fall River and sees our kids at Durfee on a regular basis, all the finger pointing that's going on. And it's just, it's part of the game. Tempers sometimes flare up. The key is to, number 1, not retaliate. That's the biggest thing, is to show that restraint and not engage. Easier said than done. And the other one is that when something happens is it's time to move on. Discipline was taken if necessary. Those whole things, the administrators do what they need to do, and you move on. And that's been the message here is, New Bedford's the focus. They've had 3 days to prepare. Today's day number 4 of the week since the Dartmouth game, and Durfee looking for a win here at home. That's the focus. So, Dartmouth and Durfee will see each other one more time this season. In a couple weeks, the Indians will be coming here, and hopefully it'll be a different result, and we won't have any issues from players or fans for that matter. So, but obviously anybody who follows high school basketball here on the South Coast, you'd have to live under a rock to not know that something transpired. So it would be, don't think it would be fair to not address it, but we're not going to get into any details about anything either. Live stream was out there. If you saw it, you saw it. So shot clock violation. And the Whalers holding Durfee a very good defensive stand. So anyway, that's it for Dartmouth. We turn the page from Dartmouth. No more on that. I will say, speaking of Dartmouth, we'll talk UMass. College hoops. I had the opportunity yesterday. Many of you viewers know I do call some college games as well over for the Corsairs. And last night, a doubleheader at the Trip. And what a great night of basketball. Women came out on top by 40 points. And it wasn't a blowout through the first half. It was only a 9-point game at halftime. And Corsairs came out of the locker room and just went nuts in the third quarter. And they got their head coach, Matt Ducharme, his 201st win, which is the most in women's program history over there at UMass Dartmouth. So that was fun to see that milestone, that record. And then the men came out. So they both had Southern Maine in town, the Huskies. Great feed down low. And DePina puts it in. So the Huskies from Southern Maine were in town at UMass Dartmouth, and the men's game was just fantastic. There was never more than a 2-possession lead for either side. 98-96 was the final. It was just back and forth from the opening bell. It was really a tremendous game. So that was fun. Always cool to get some college games in, on nights that we don't have any high school stuff here, that I can head up to Dartmouth as well. So that was cool. Harmony Carabello picking up a foul, just recently checked in. That is Durfee's 3rd foul. Let me get back to high school here. Just wanted to share that because it was really a fun doubleheader at UMass Dartmouth. Another beautiful feed. It won't go, and the rebound is taken away. That's a tough rebound. Durfee's going to get it back. Another chance. Loose ball. New Bedford will come away with it. Great effort of the first rebound there from Bennett Tucker, who was able to secure it. She kind of took it out of the hands of Martino. It's going to get hit with a foul now. This is Durfee's 4th. Durfee with multiple opportunities there. Unfortunately, not able to get it to fall. Leading 4-3 early. Low scoring first quarter. Already halfway through it. Batted away. Hargraves to the glass and one. Count it and give her the free throw. Sylvia Figueroa's 2nd foul here in the first quarter. 3rd for the team. And a bonus shot for Hargraves. Talking to Coach Karen, he said, we need to play a smothering defense here. We want a low-scoring game. So, last year there were some low-scoring games. Tough trip again there. Hargraves 0 for 3 at the free throw line in the early goings. Coach Pina not happy with the call there. It is Whalers' ball. But last year, year before, many times we said on the broadcast, Coach Karen was saying we got to create offense by defense. You see Durfee's pressing here, playing up, trying to trap early, and you're going to see a lot of that tonight. Or so Coach says. It should be a jump ball, and it is. Dual possession, the whistle stopping play. And it will be Durfee's ball this time. So be prepared for if Durfee can contain. I would expect this to be a low-scoring game. Coach Karen said he's hoping this is going to be a game in the 40s. that's a pretty bold hope or plan here, but got to figure out a way to stop the Whalers. Another dual possession jump ball here. Both players had it trapped up, and it will be the Whalers this time. And once again, here you go, Durfee playing up, trying to trap. There's a fine line with that as that's put up for three, and it's good. Ramos has both baskets for the Whalers here in the first. They're both from outside, and it's 6-6. Free throw jumper off the mark. The rebound put back up, and on the second attempt for Jada Johnson-Scott, she gets fouled. It'll be the Whalers' fourth, and she'll take free throws. Ramos with her second foul. So two Whalers with a pair of first quarter fouls. First free throw is good. Off the glass, poked away. Good job there to get a hand on it. That was Martino who really got that rebound started. Great snag there on the bounce back. Tasia Sterling with a big reach and a putback that she was really stretched on. That whole second chance there, thanks to Martino. She tipped it back towards Jada Johnson-Scott, who kicked it out. Another three, looks good. Little too long that time. That one was put up by Zaria Anderson. Hargraves to the corner, trying to feed down low. There was a bit of a slap. A lot of contact there against Johnson-Scott. Not enough, apparently, for a whistle. Bouncer, and it's grabbed by Sylvia Figueroa. And she'll get the bad news, a turnover. Durfee will inbound on the New Bedford side of the court. Caraballo gets it out. Now Hargraves with it off the feed from Martino, who's to her left. Everybody moving around. Going down low in the paint, juggled, put up and in off the glass. Using Johnson-Scott here down low. Between her and Sterling, good presence in the paint. Good trap too along the side, and it forced the turnover. 2-on-2, Caraballo. Basket and a foul. That was close to offensive, I'll tell you. Anderson, give her a split second more and she would have been fully planted, and that would have been an offensive foul, but it goes Durfee's way for the fifth New Bedford foul and the first against Anderson. 2 shots for Caraballo. That one will grab the inner part of the rim. 2 for 2. And just like that, 13-6. Durfee has put up 7 straight. And it's thanks to some of these turnovers and some of these rebounds. 3 ball put up, no good. Out of bounds, should be Durfee ball. And it is under a minute here in the first. Durfee can really wind the clock down to south of 30 seconds here. Again, we talk about fine lines of things. Always travel, yeah, extra step there. So that's tough because, you're on a run right now, and you had a chance to, let the clock roll and try to get some more points before the end of the quarter while limiting what New Bedford can do. And unfortunately, a turnover there. That ball put up, no good. And the rebound to Durfee. Out of bounds. Great effort between Hargraves there and Martino, but out of bounds. So now shot clock is off. That's 2 turnovers in this final minute. Durfee is not going to be able to get a shot unless they get a steal here. Very quick foul. Martino picks up her second. There really was very little contact, if any. Maybe a brush of the elbow, if not, certainly not anything egregious. Free throws for the Whalers, their first of the night. And that will stop the 7-0 run Durfee was on as Alasia Sylvia Figueroa puts in the first. Going for number 2 here. 21.8, Durfee will indeed, because the foul stops the clock, get one more possession here. Both free throws made by New Bedford's number 3, Sylvia Figueroa. Now going to make this last possession of the quarter count. Hargraves kicks it out. The jumper is short. The rebound goes to the Whalers, who have numbers now. Bit of a break. Goes out of play in 4.4 seconds. Durfee trapping down low. And now they'll try to get down the court. Two seconds. Hargraves play impeded. 13-8 after 1. Few points left there on the floor from Durfee. Some of those turnovers late, but some good clutch shots when needed. And some very tight defense holding New Bedford to just 8 here in the first. I would call that a win if we're going to go quarter by quarter here to hold a team that's been putting up some really big numbers to just 8 in a quarter. That's not too shabby. Now, Ramos had those 2 threes for the Whalers. She's the only one to hit anything from the field for New Bedford. And that's significant to mention, too, because it shows how well Durfee played defensively, that only 2 shots from outside went down. Nothing else for anybody else. Durfee has possession to begin the second quarter. Up by 5 and hoping to add, make the most of this possession, another turnover. That's 4 straight possessions that Durfee has not had points. 3 of them have resulted in turnovers. So, got to work on that a bit. Protect the ball. No good for 3. Down the court, another rush pass. Coach Karen with a little bit of quick coaching there on the sideline. And you just heard him, he just said exactly what I said. Possession, maintain possession. Don't throw it away. You know, down the stretch, things that don't always show up are the things that you do to make the most of your possessions. And right now, Durfee having a real hard time holding on to the ball. Yeah, you figure if things go perfectly, every possession, a minimum of 2 points. Well, right there, 6 possessions going back to the end of the first that no points come of them because of turnovers or whatever. That's 12 points. That's a lot of points left on the floor. So that's why we bring up this thing about possessions. Hargraves coast to coast, a little too strong off the glass, and it will not fall. It kicks right back out. The Whalers in a quick transition down the other end. Spin move from Anderson, and the Whalers have the first basket of the second. For the tie, high off the glass, bouncing off the rim. Ooh, big collision there. Jada Johnson-Scott there came kind of flying in and gets hit with that foul. Durfee's first. Hilltoppers continue to hold their lead by 3. Hilltoppers really need a basket here. And a travel called. There was a lot of contact right there. I don't like that one. She traveled because she got pushed down. That's why her foot came up. Open 3. Wow. That's a big shot. Hands to the face, and Brianna Pyers able to knock it in. And we are tied, so 7 straight now for the Whalers after Durfee had a run. Wow, Coach Pina very animated on the other side of things. Goodness. Pyers, who just had the 3, picking up the foul. Hargraves to the line. Tough start to this one at the free throw line. 0 for 3 in the first. Looking to change that here. That one misses too. Oh for 2 again. Uncharacteristically inaccurate there for Hargraves. And Hargraves commits a foul. Came in from behind. Whalers with a chance here to take the lead for the first time since the opening score. They've put up 7 in a row, matching Durfee's longest run to this point. That's going to be off the mark. Hargraves reaching, keeping in bounds. Get some separation. Both teams, you can tell, are frustrated. The defenses have been very tight. That one put up no good, and the rebound clean that time from Pyers. No real contest. Everybody dropping back. Baseline. Pyers all the way around. Hilltoppers get it back. Good sportsmanship there as Anderson helps. Anderson helping out. An offensive foul called. Hargraves gets her second, third for the team. That is for three. Ramos with her third. And the Whalers with a 10-0 run that began back at the end of the first, have retaken the lead. And in looking back at the replay on Facebook, that was not an offensive foul. There were feet lifted from the ground on the defensive players. Not buying that call. Probably why all of Durfee's bench had kind of a grin on their faces. Ball stripped away, capped, and now loads of contact. Good defense, Hilltoppers steal it back. They have numbers, and it won't go. Open layup. Hilltoppers trapping now. And a timeout for Coach Rudolph. And honestly, Coach Rudolph, goodness gracious. Coach Pina. Sorry, Coach. Coach Rudolph, that was, gosh, like 8-9 years ago. That's the boys program. Anyway, timeout. Probably a good thing for Durfee, too. They need to regroup. It's many things that went their way in the first quarter. It's the exact opposite here through a little more than half of a quarter here in the second. Really need to regroup here. Whalers have scored 10 straight. Tons of turnovers for the Hilltoppers. And I'm not saying that defensively they're not forcing just as many on the other side. It's just that the Whalers taken advantage of some of their possessions and have been able to get baskets, where Durfee is struggling right now with that. Both defenses giving the other sides a lot of trouble. There's no clean shots here right now, which is kind of what we expected. Anderson to her left to Resto. Stolen. Can Durfee take advantage here? And they do. Martino with the layup. And Durfee needed one there. They got it. Hargraves picking up her third foul. All three coming here in the second. She's going to have to take a seat. The team up to 4 with 3:25 to go before the half. Good set. I should say reset, and umpires down low for the deuce. From the free throw line, no good, poked at, out of play, and it'll be Durfee ball. In the paint, good defensive play there from Pyers. With the block on Sterling, went out off of Pyers. Durfee will inbound. DePina going back to Sterling. Offensive foul. Fifth foul, and that, another questionable one. The Hilltoppers at the limit, travel called, and it'll turn it over. Martino to Caraballo. Put up by Avery Lane, no good. Down the court to the corner and off of Durfee. That's a good play from Anderson. That's the right thing to do. If you can't corral it, try to slap it off of the opponent. Lane takes a seat here. And Jada Johnson-Scott comes back out. Anderson pulls up. That will fall off the rim, no good. And Caraballo with the rebound. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Durfee had led 13-7 and have seen that lead disappear thanks to the Whalers with some clutch shots and Durfee with some costly turnovers at the start of the second quarter. Whalers have outscored Durfee 10-2 here in quarter number 2. DePina picking up her third foul. And Durfee again at the limit, so free throws for the Whalers. Anderson at the line. Two for two. And the Whalers with their largest lead of the night, a 5-point differential. 90 seconds to go. Passing in the paint, collision. Durfee getting it back somehow. Ball is loose again. Down low. Some way, somehow, the Hilltoppers got themselves a basket there. That was not pretty, but sometimes that's all it takes. Man, oh man. That was Jada Winslow with the basket. She got open and they got the ball to her. Jada Johnson-Scott, her second foul. Pyers at the free throw line. 2 shots. Oh for 2. 50 seconds. See if Durfee can close out the second better than they closed out the first. Well, I just say that, turn the ball over. More defensive pressure, right place, right time, and the Whalers taking it right back. Out of bounds. Ooh, I thought that was out off of, thought that was out off of Sterling. Hilltoppers on the road. The boys in New Bedford up 17-16 with 4 minutes to go in the half. So a back and forth battle in the Whaling City as well. Shot clock off. Durfee can tie it here. 3 ball is Gonna miss and go out of bounds. And leaves the Whalers with 14.3 seconds. Durfee gonna make a quick change as well, as Kat Rumsey will check in. No shot and a travel. 2.6 seconds, though. Not a lot of time to get up the court. And nothing doing. Well, the Whalers put up 12 in the second. Durfee managing just 2 baskets for 4 points. A very tough second quarter after what was a really good first quarter. So lots to talk about at halftime in the locker rooms. I'm sure both coaches will have a lot to say. And we will see you for the third quarter when the teams make their way back out in just under 10 minutes time. Big Three Hoops on Fred TV continues after this. Stay with us.
You wouldn't be on your phone here. You shouldn't use it here.
Go, 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 go. Where are they? Where are they? Get off your phone! We lost again because of you.
You wouldn't be on your phone here. You shouldn't use it here. You wouldn't be on your phone here. You shouldn't use it here. Don't let your intelligence be artificial.
Get your info from a real person and not a news feed. Show up, FRPS, and lock it away for new beginnings.
St. Anne's Shrine is an anchor building to Fall River.
Many worshippers have claimed that this landmark is the site of miraculous healings.
Construction began in 1891. The Romanesque revival style is unprecedented, and the 160-foot steeples are visible from all directions. The congregation was established generations ago when builders mined world-renowned Fall River granite located at the base and utilized Vermont blue marble for the upper exterior walls.
"40 years ago, the shrine was added to the National Register of Historic Places. Despite some disrepair, this is a working building, open for prayer and reflection. In addition, a Christian lay organization distributes food from here on Saturdays.
Amazingly, 3 priests are entombed below. Volunteers with St. Anne's Shrine Preservation Society expect this house of worship will again welcome pilgrims from near and far, as well as historians, architects, and school children.
11 years ago, voters approved a 1.5% property surcharge to fund the Community Preservation Act. Over $150,000 was awarded for repairs on the southern side of the building. Craftsmen are entrusted to restore the slate roof tiles, copper gutters, and downspouts. Phase 2 entails duplicate copper and slate work, as well as repointing of mortar joints. These efforts will permit the upper church to reopen for the public.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Hi, my name is Stephanie MacArthur. I am the Director of Traffic and Parking. Implementing a parking ban is essential to ensure access for emergency vehicles and to allow snowplows to safely and effectively clear the roadways. Notification of a parking ban will be made as early as possible to ensure that the residents can relocate their vehicles if necessary. Generally, vehicles should be parked opposite side of the fire hydrant. Parking ban decisions are storm dependent. For information on where to park during a parking ban, especially when accumulating snow is expected, please visit our website at www.fallriverma.gov. In addition, during a parking ban, you may call my office at 508-324-2123 or the mayor's office at 508-324-2600. These lines will remain open throughout the duration of the parking ban. Thank you for your assistance and cooperation.
They hand it off back to Romero. Romero forges ahead. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
Coming in, you're really scared, you might be a little nervous, but I think being a part of a team gives you friends who can come with you all the way through high school, and then coaches looking out for you. I think as an athlete, you can improve and learn the art of dedication.
That shot taken. Cadet will take the shot and score.
Hard work pays off. For my freshman year, starting off hardly knowing anything about sports to now my junior year, having almost all the school records in track and field. I feel like this school shows a lot of opportunities in classrooms and out of classrooms.
Durfee on three! 1, 2, 3, Durfee!
High flip to Espinal. Open three. Got it! Big time hit from Granham.
Durfee has such a great community, such great pride. We're people who love to be here, we love to compete, we love to play, and it's such a great opportunity.
Corralled by Camara, full steam ahead. Weaving through traffic, takes the shot, and it's good! Camara, coast to coast!
I've made a lot of great friends playing sports. I really appreciate how it fosters a community amongst all of the athletes, even in between sports seasons.
Good pass up the field, gets some good backspin on it, and it is a loose ball! Shot, and it's good! To tie it, it's good! Medeiros on the PK!
You have a lot of support and a lot of people around you. It's a good environment, especially the sports teams.
Great. O'Connell with the three, and the lead is over 30.
I know how much pride it takes to be a topper, so it made me work harder so I can be more successful.
It's really great to just be able to learn accountability, reliability, just getting involved in school, and I feel like the best way to do that is to join a sport.
In the air in a deep left field. Coppola heading back at the wall. It's gone! 3-run home run for Montilla, and it's a 2-run game.
The Gothic Revival-style arch at Oak Grove Cemetery signals the final resting place of some of Fall River's most prominent residents.
Since 1873, thousands of funeral processions have passed through these ornate iron gates. War heroes, abolitionists, mill owners, and Lizzie Borden are buried within these walls.
Despite fine craftsmanship and historical recognition, the arch was unable to withstand time and the elements, and was in danger of collapse.
10 years ago, Fall River residents voted to adopt the Community Preservation Act, which allows for a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills. This cherished landmark was saved with funds through the Community Preservation Act.
In just 5 months, this time using some modern machinery, local contractors refurbished the granite arch and replaced sections of the gate.
A uniquely Fall River work of art and a respectful reflection for the dead has been saved for future generations.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Welcome back, everybody, to the field house. We are ready for the second half. Both teams breaking their huddles. Evan Massoud with you here on Fred TV Sports. Whalers up by 3 here at the start of the third, and they will have possession. Just heard from Athletic Director Brad Buston. Durfee boys down 26-21 at halftime in New Bedford. They were up 17-16 with half a quarter to go, so do the math. The Whalers went on a 10-4 run to close out that first half there at New Bedford High. So both the boys and the girls playing from behind here as they begin their third quarters. Good rebound and a dual possession. Jump ball is called. Out of bounds. Durfee's games have been pretty spread out to start the new year. This is just their 4th game since we hit 2025, and travel called there. And, you know, that makes for a real logjam down the stretch. Durfee also has a situation next week where they're playing 1 game, and then they're off to the following Monday. So looking at a lot of 3-game weeks down the stretch there, and it's really not good should any inclement weather, you know, be an issue. Any cancellations. But Durfee, you know, played January 3rd against Tiverton. They played Tuesday the 7th at Brockton. Then they didn't play again until this past Monday. So that was almost a week off. And now playing tonight, Friday, they'll play Monday, and then they got another week off before they see game action. So, yeah, kind of an awkward schedule. Martino picking up her 3rd foul. First Durfee foul of this third quarter. Shots coming here for the Whalers, but the schedules have been just all the dates, the way everything's worked. I know Brendan, Kelly, and I have talked about this on some of the broadcasts as well. It's just been really kind of strange, and it's not just for like basketball, but even in the fall, some of the dates, just the way that Labor Day was so early, and then Thanksgiving was so late, and you know, Christmas and New Year's, the holiday week there, we had 2 weeks off. So it's just a very awkward and strange calendar year for the school calendar. But Coach Karen calling timeout before Durfee stepped out of bounds to keep possession. It is 23-17 after that one free throw was made by Zaria Anderson. She's 3 for 4 at the line tonight. Only player for the Whalers to see the free throw line twice. For Durfee, Hargraves has been to the line twice for 2 shots, and then once for the and 1, and 0 for 5 tonight. Tough night at the line, at free throw land for Maddie Hargraves tonight. The Whalers, much like they did the second quarter, coming out and putting up points early, and they're extending their lead now. Six-point advantage. Hargraves gets the inbound pass, takes it across the emblem. Big stretch there from Sterling, and she tries to put up the second chance and is fouled. It'll be the Whalers' first foul. Annette Bennett-Tucker picking up her first foul. 2 shots for Sterling, her first trip to the free throw line. And the first shot will miss. Pretty good crowd here tonight. I know the student section is in New Bedford. Would have liked to see them here. Create a even better home atmosphere, but electing to hit the road for the boys' game. Whalers get it in. Resto does not make the shot. The Whalers still get the rebound. That was Ramos, excuse me. Now Bennett-Tucker gets it out beyond the arc. Whalers get the rebound again. Poked away. Who wants it? Travel. Durfee will have it. Fouls from behind. Anderson doesn't like the whistle, but it will be New Bedford's second foul, and it's on Bennett-Tucker again. She will exit and give way to Pyers. Another dual possession. The arrow going to the Whalers this time. Well, we use the term jump ball, but we don't do the jump balls anymore. We use the possession arrow. So really dual possession is kind of the proper terminology now. Tipped away and taken by DePina. Pass down the court, and it is picked out of bounds. Wow, wild. Kind of a tumble there at the end of it. Anderson giving up the body. She and Ramos diving for that ball. Yeah, I don't love that pass by DePina, if I'm being honest. I mean, this is where we've seen the Whalers' ability to intercept and, you know, cause fits on the passes. There was no reason to rush that with so many bodies down low. And a foul being called against Durfee. Martino's fourth foul. And she's going to have to exit for the time being. after this first free throw from Resto, which misses. Caraballo into the game. Almost 3 minutes into the third, Durfee without any points. One for two at the line. Hargraves, nice pass underneath to Sterling. That's what we got to see more of. That worked pretty well during the first quarter. It's a steal. Durfee on the board now here in the third. And another turnover. The steal for Sylvia Figueroa. Dual possession is the call. Durfee with the possession arrow this time. A real tough, grinded out game so far. Neither side has looked comfortable offensively. The defenses have just been smothering. Sterling gets her own rebound, puts it up and in. She's got the last four for Durfee, and it's back to a one-possession game. This is for three, and it is no good. Hard off the back of the iron there. Resto gave chase. Caraballo got the rebound. Excuse me, that was Pyers giving chase for New Bedford, but Caraballo had the rebound secure. Lane kicks it out, almost out of bounds. Lane trapped in the paint, puts it up. A lot of contact. Where's the whistle that time? Now we're going to give Coach Karen a tech, who's voicing his frustration. Yeah, tic-tac call down this end after a clear foul down the other end that doesn't get called. Is this a home game for Durfee or an away game? Not sure. Henderson misses the first. Misses them both. Now, because of the tech, the Whalers will keep possession here. Pyers out to the top of the key to Sylvia Figueroa, and she is fine. Now, see, to me, that's a foul, too. There was so much contact there. How does that not get called a foul? Very inconsistent. Hargraves with her fourth. Durfee with some foul trouble. Some of their starters tonight. For three, no good. Secure the rebound, and Hilltoppers draw one. Martino, rather, securing the ball, and the Whalers pick up their third. Pyers' second personal foul. 4 points this quarter for both teams. It has not been pretty offensively. Another kind of battle for the ball coming out of it are the Whalers. Poked away for the moment. Recovered by Sylvia Figueroa. Now out to Pyers. Ooh, A little bit of contact there. Jumper from the free throw line, no good. And the rebound secured by Johnson Scott. Whalers will pick up their fourth. Resto, her first. Mishandled by the Hilltoppers. It's a turnover. Lobbed over center court to Anderson. She's blocked on the way. Sterling with the denial. Now they go down to Sterling and she's fouled. And she'll take two. Pyers picking up her second this quarter. The Whalers at the limit with 5. Both free throws missed. Durfee at the line, struggling badly tonight. Just 3 for 13 at the free throw line. New Bedford a little bit better than 50%, but Durfee leaving some points there on the floor. That's for 3, and it's no good. Kicks off hard. Durfee able to get the rebound. That was Martino that time. This is for 3 in the tie. It's no good. The rebound to Ramos. Had time to kind of wait and get settled. Final 90 seconds of the third. She's going to take the 3. That is her 4th of the night. And that's a big one. Left her open, and she made Durfee pay. And Ramos barking at the refs. Her 3rd foul. Visibly frustrated. Hilltoppers will call timeout in between free throws. An incredibly full slate of games tomorrow across the district between the elementary and middle school basketball programs. Henry Lord Community School down the south end hosting 6 games. Morton Middle School hosting 6 games. And then Durfee here hosting middle school boys and girls. The other games at Henry Lord and Morton are elementary school games. So coming out, fans. Lots of games tomorrow. A busy Saturday for the elementary and middle school programs. DePina went 1 for 2 at the line there. Durfee getting the ball back on the turnover as it went out of bounds for the Whalers. Anderson's second personal. Team at the limit. More free throws for the Hilltoppers. This is Avery Lane. 2 shots. Oh for 2. A violation there. Lane's going to get the reprieve on her second shot. And it doesn't go. Poked away, and Bedford will take it back. Anderson, tough shot. There's so much contact on every basket. I mean, you could flip a coin whether they're going to call a foul or not. It's unbelievable. Going to Sterling. Sterling down low. It won't go, gets the rebound back. Third try. Do we have a fourth? Yes, we do. That one wasn't Sterling, it was Jada Johnson-Scott on the 5th try. Sterling will go to the line. My goodness. Anderson with her 3rd. She just picked up back-to-back fouls. Sterling struggling at the line. 0 for 5. That one will go. 25 seconds left in the third, a 4-point game for the Whalers, who have possession. Looking for that last shot here of the quarter. Watch out for number 11, Ramos, who has 4 from distance tonight. Desperation shot from Anderson is not going to go. Nice defensive stand there for the Hilltoppers to wrap up the third. But man, another very tough quarter. Both sides with just 7 points apiece. 27-23 after 3. Fourth quarter underway here. That pass down low to Lane, that's out of bounds. Sorry for that quick pause with the audio there. Issue with the board we were just trying to work through in between quarters. Durfee boys down on the road. Their deficit growing, down by 12, 42-30. Since they led, the first update we got from Athletic Director Buston, since they were leading 17-16 with 4 minutes to go in the half, they've been outscored 26-13. That's for three. Ava Kaplan, her first basket of the night, has not had a lot of playing time tonight. Lane has it go through the fingers. Can't hold on. Yeah, so the boys struggling, though, on the road. That was a 2 for Kaplan, a long 2. It was not counted as a 3. And now Kaplan picking up a foul. Second for the Whalers. So 6-point deficit for Durfee, not 7, 29-23. And the turnover. Tell you, 2 minutes already into this quarter. Durfee with no points. They cannot go half a quarter without points, like we've seen happen in the second and the third. You're down by 2 possessions. This game is not out of reach, but you got to secure the ball. And you got to protect the ball when you have it. Sylvia Figueroa picking up her 4th foul, 2nd here in the 4th. And she's going to take a seat. 3 fouls for the Whalers now here in the 4th. Maddie Hargraves back in. She's got 4 fouls, as does Martino, number 13. Martino not out there at the moment. Whalers beat Brockton on Tuesday. That's for 3. Pyers with her 2nd from outside, and that's a real big shot as the lead has grown to 9. Durfee gets the steal. We have an injured Hilltopper on the court. Timeout here at the field house as Anderson and Kaplan checking on her as well. Jada Johnson-Scott down, holding the ankle, might have rolled it. And our trainer, Kelly Mahoney, off cam to the right, tending to the injured Hilltopper. Well, let's take a look at the road ahead here. 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go in this one. The Whalers will return home on Monday and face off against their neighbors, the New Bedford Vogue Bears, Monday night at 6:30. And then they will have 6 road games in a row. Quite a strange look to the schedule. 6 road games in a row, and then 4 home games in a row to end the year. So after Monday, the final 10, 6 road, 4 home. They'll be at Dartmouth, at Taunton, at Barnstable, at Falmouth, at Somerset Berkeley, and at Brockton. The home games include Bourne, Durfee, Taunton, and Old Rochester. And Jada gets up slowly, having trouble putting weight on that ankle. Durfee with 10 games after tonight. They stay home for their next 2 over the next 10 days versus Portsmouth and versus Attleboro. Then they'll hit the road for Silver Lake, then back home for 3 more, Dartmouth, Brockton, and Silver Lake again. At Seekonk, at New Bedford, and then home against Nauset and Dennis Yarmouth. That's during the President's Day week. Jada Johnson-Scott, her ankle really clearly in some pain as security and our trainer Kelly Mahoney helping her off the court. And that's a significant loss for the Hilltoppers. Caraballo at the line. For 2 shots. There was nobody there. I believe a tech was called because now Durfee getting the ball. So 25-32 and a chance for the Hilltoppers to add here with the free possession. Hargraves puts the shot up and she gets fouled. She'll go to the line. Yeah, looks like there was a tech. So that would be now a tech for both sides. Pyers picks up her 4th foul, and the Whalers already maxed out here at 5 with 5 minutes to go, well, 4:55 specifically. And poor Hargraves can't buy one at the line tonight. Very frustrating night for her. 0 for 6 with that last miss. There you go. Got one. That'll raise the confidence a bit. In traffic, and Durfee will have their first foul. It's on Avery Lane, who's seen limited time tonight despite being a starter. That's her first foul. Two free throws coming here for Resto. This is her second trip to the line. She went 1 for 2 the first time. Missed them both, and Durfee will get the rebound. Hargraves there, double team, trying to come out of it. She does. Gonna go full steam ahead in the paint. Drives the lane. Is that offensive? It is. Sure looked like it that time. And that's gonna be her 5th foul too, so that's the killer of it. But pretty clear cut that time. Hargraves, unfortunately, chased from the game, driving in a little too strong there. 32-26. And the Whalers get the ball back. Ramos, that's no good. DePina to the basket, and it rolls off the rim. Ball is trapped. A jump ball. Oh, let's see. We have one official calling for a dual possession and one calling for a foul. Simultaneous calls. So which is it? DePina called on the foul. No dual possession. Saw 2 sets of players. 2 different players wrapping around the ball, but Ramos has been very vocal tonight, too, to the officials. They're giving her a lot of latitude. Coach Karen yells out one thing, gets a tech. Lane Can't get it to go. Timeout. 4:01 to go. Next week on Fred TV, we're planning to, as long as the weather doesn't become an issue. Monday is Martin Luther King Day, so long weekend here. Schools are closed on Monday, but there are basketball games, and so we're going to be over at Diamond on Monday for a noontime game. Girls basketball team hosting Case. Then Wednesday, live hockey from Driscoll at 6. Wrestling here at Durfee, the only home meet of the year. That'll be pre-recorded. It's also senior night, Brockton coming in. That's at 7, so we'll have that pre-taped and airing as well. Durfee boys have closed the gap with a 12-6 run, 7:10 to go on the road, and they're down 48-42. So they're coming back, trying to mount a comeback. Hilltopper girls trying to do the same thing. Caraballo puts it up, no good. The rebound going to Lane, now out to DePina. They go to Sterling. And a dual possession here. This time it is Durfee with the possession arrow going in their favor. Caraballo open for the corner three. It's going to be just a little long. Who has it? Whalers come away with it. Batted away and kept in. Oh, what an effort. Unbelievable play from Martino. We go to Sterling in the paint, off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, and that will not go either. Big stretch from Anderson. Boxing out, getting the rebound for the Whalers. That's blocked. Lane with the deflection, and Durfee will take it back. You know, the steals are great, but you got to get some baskets, and that won't go. Goodness gracious. So just another foul here that goes to Durfee. We have one official calling a foul and one calling a dual possession. I'll tell you, very frustrating, the inconsistencies tonight. It's all on tape. You're seeing it at home. Two shots made by Anderson. You have three officials watching the game, and nobody can get on the same page. Sterling gets the feed, loses the ball, picks it back up. Now they kick it out to DePina. Sterling up and in, good basket. And a timeout for Coach Karen. He often does this after something good happens, a timeout. Something to build on now as you go back on defense. 2:23 to go, back to a 6-point game. Coach said he wanted to play down, wanted to really create difficulty on the, as a defensive standpoint, caused New Bedford some trouble with their offense, which has been very good this year. He says, expect a low game. We're going to give them everything we can. And look at this. Neither side has gotten into 40 points. So from a defensive standpoint, Durfee has done what they needed to do. It's just that the Whalers' defense has been equally as tough. Durfee had a point here where both sides maxed out on fouls, by the way, so free throws for both sides the rest of the way. But Durfee had a point here where they got to get some stops, and if they get those stops, though, they need to start hitting the shots because possessions are limited now. You got a 35-second play clock and just over 2 minutes to go. That's poked away. Durfee down the court. Off balance, and it goes. Martino. I don't know how on earth she got that on target. She was practically behind the glass. That's just outrageous. Oh, and it's going to be a foul, and that's going to be number 5 for Martino. She reached around. Second starter to foul out for Durfee. And that's a tough one. Martino's had a good night, too. Very fast. Quick to the ball. Free throws coming now for the Whalers. Exactly 2 minutes to go. It is Resto at the line. She's missed her last 2 shots. That one will bounce in and out. That one good to make it a 5-point game. Crunch time. Who will close it out? Can Durfee come back, or will the Whalers take it away? Coach Karen calling timeout here once Durfee gets to this side of the court. 28 on the shot clock. Pina, that's going to be off the mark. Does not hit the rim as we return to play. Emily DePina has fouled out her 5th. Pyers at the line. She was 0 for 2 in her first trip and her only trip to the line. 1 for 2 this time to make it a 6-point game. Every little point will help for the Whalers. 75 seconds for 3. No good. Avery Lane committing a foul and will go back the other end. Her 2nd. Again, team at the limit. Pyers back to the free throw line. That's a huge free throw. Because now it's a 3-possession game. 37-30. Hilltoppers. Another foul. Well, they're just calling everything. And Sterling has fouled out. A little skewed here. Four of the 5 Durfee starters chased from this game. Basket good, and that might have just put it out of reach. Sylvia Figueroa, her first from the field all night. Count it. Caraballo with a bit of a fist pump, and rightly so. And now a Whaler has fouled out. Goodness gracious. The and one is good, and it's back to a 6-point game. Caraballo, by the way, despite how badly Durfee is shot at the free throw line, it's 5 for 5 tonight. Well, unfortunately, Jada Johnson-Scott, who got injured now with her ankle wrapped up in ice and being wheeled out in a wheelchair. So not a good injury for her. Well, no injury is good, but you get what I'm saying. Hopefully not going to be out for an extended period of time, but it kind of appears that way. Jada, a senior forward this year. Hopefully that doesn't end her season. 40 seconds to go. Durfee will not get the steal. It is a dual possession. Are we sure it's not a foul, you guys? Are we sure? It'll be Whalers' ball. Durfee going to try to trap on the inbound. Oh, that was so close to the boundaries. Caraballo, great defense right there. Unfortunately, though, it's just going to wind the clock down. That's the problem, and now a foul. Anderson to the line. Caraballo has really had herself a good game off the bench. Her efforts just too little too late, unfortunately. And she picks up her third foul. More free throws for Anderson, who's hit her last 4. .4 seconds. Both shots made. That's 6 in a row in the fourth quarter for Anderson. Caraballo puts it up. Durfee loses 43-35. The Whalers have won 4 straight and are 2-0 in conference play. And one that was exactly what we expected in terms of a defensive battle. But it was kind of a battle with the officials, too, in many ways. A lot of frustrating, inconsistent calls on the court tonight. But nonetheless, you know, from a defensive standpoint, for the Hilltoppers to hold New Bedford to just 43 points, you know, 6 of which came here in the last 2 minutes at the free throw line, thanks to Anderson. You know, it shows how good and how prepared defensively they were. And as I said earlier, the caveat there is, yeah, Durfee was great offensively, but defensively, excuse me. So was New Bedford, and they gave Durfee a lot of fits as well. And you know, Durfee, the free throw shooting, that definitely had an impact. A lot of points left out on the board, out on the floor, I should say. 2-4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 free throws, and for Durfee, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 made. His 12 points right there left at the line. And, you know, those numbers don't lie. So the free throw shooting definitely hurting the Hilltoppers tonight because they had plenty of opportunities there at the line. Forget the defensive battles on the court. You get those free shots, got to capitalize on them, and that was a big part of the 35-point total. Could have been more. Now the Hilltoppers will regroup, and they are, as I said, back at it on Monday. They will host Portsmouth, and then they'll have a week off before they face Attleboro, which is the next time we'll see the Lady Hilltoppers here on Fred TV. Join us Monday, weather permitting, from Diamond. For more girls hoops, we'll see the Lady Bengals for the first time, a 12 noon tip-off. Until then, cameraman tonight, Daniel Keating. I'm Evan Massoud. Enjoy a good weekend.